Good morning, fam. Coach Nate here. You made it. And just by showing up, you're doing something most people ignore. The care your body's been craving. If your hips feel stiff, your lower body feels disconnected, or your back's been aching quietly in the background, it's not random. It's restriction. And that tension is holding back how you move and how you feel. But in the next 5 minutes, we're going to change that. This isn't just a stretch session. It's a lower body unlock. We're going to target the tightest muscles in your hips, release rotation you didn't know you lost, and activate strength in places you forgot existed. There's a move in this flow that feels simple, but it unlocks internal hip rotation, which is the number one key to a deeper squat and a pain-free back. And if you stick with me through the final stretch, you'll hit a release through your hamstrings and spine that can change your posture for the entire day. Let's hit the mat. This is where we wake up the body, not just with force, but with pressure and presence. If you've been sitting all week, this move gives your hips the exact opposite signal. Stand tall with feet slightly wider than hip width, toes turned out. Drop into a deep squat, bringing elbows to the inside of your knees. Press your palms together, spine tall, chest lifted. Gently push your knees outward with your elbows. I promise this move will open your hips, strengthen your squat, and decompress your lower spine. Beginners, hold onto a wall or chair for balance. Advanced stretches, shift side to side and add breath holds at the bottom. This exact position is how babies naturally sit. It's built into your DNA to feel grounded here. Sit 1 inch deeper and hold it. Breathe through the stretch. You've got this. Are your heels lifted? Drive them down. That's where your glutes wake up. That just opened the gate. Now let's unlock the joint behind your hip power, rotation. This one surprises people. You don't realize how tight you are until you try to move in a direction your hips have forgotten. Sit down with knees bent, feet flat and wide. Place hands behind you for support. Slowly drop your right knee inward, then return. Then drop the left. Alternate like slow windshield wipers. I promise this move will restore your internal rotation, protect your knees, and improve the way your hips function in every movement. Beginners, keep both feet grounded and small range. Advanced stretches, sit upright, no hands, and slow the tempo. Here's a fun fact that no one really talks about. Internal rotation loss is one of the earliest causes of back pain and joint dysfunction. But really, no one talks about this. Can you hold the drop for 5 full seconds and breathe deeply? That's where the change happens. Do you feel one side tighter? That imbalance shows up when you walk, run, and even sit. That just opened a range most people never train. Now let's add strength to it. This move is all about control, and that's why it works. You're not just stretching, you're teaching your hips how to move freely again. Sit into a squat, feet flat, chest lifted, keeping weight centered. Gently drop one knee inward, return to center, and switch sides. Move slowly and with intention. I promise this move will loosen deep hip joints, strengthen stabilizers, and reduce compression in your hips and lower spine. Beginners, perform seated on a yoga block or small stool. Advanced stretches, go deeper and slow the tempo. Add a hold. The more control you build in this range, the less tension your hip joints will carry all day long. Hold one knee drop for 5 extra seconds. Breathe into the discomfort. It's working. Are you leaning back? Stay upright. That's where the magic happens. That just combined mobility and stability. Now let's go deeper into the glutes. The stretch is where your hips speak up and where you finally listen. If you've been feeling blocked in your lower back or stuck in your stride, this is the stretch that changes that. From all fours, bring your right knee toward your right wrist. Slide your left leg back. Square your hips, lower your chest, and relax over your front shin. I promise this move will release deep glute tension, reduce pelvic imbalance, and increase hip range like nothing else. Beginners, use a block under the right hip for support. Advanced stretches, walk hands forward, fold deeper, breathe slower. This release sets the stage for the final move, where everything opens up. Sink 1 inch deeper and hold for 5 seconds. Let the stretch happen. Feel the tension in the outer hip. That's where you've been carrying it. That just released one side. Let's balance your body. Now it's time to even out that release. You may feel tighter here, and that's exactly why we're doing it. Bring your left knee forward, foot across your body. Slide right leg back. Square your hips. Fold slowly. Relax everything above the waist. I promise this move will release pressure in your hip, improve spinal alignment, and help your whole body move with more ease. Beginners, prop the left hip up. Advanced stretches, lower elbows, and stretch arms forward. Can you stay in stillness, fully relaxed, for just 5 more seconds? This is the finish line. Own it. Can you feel the glute letting go? That's deeper than muscle. That's fascia releasing. You didn't just stretch. You recalibrated how your body moves. Now, let's lock it in. Stay strong, flexible, and powerful. I'll see you in the next session. Let's go.